Well, guess what we've got today? Another ATV. So what we have here today is, what is it? What's the brand on this again? Kymco 250 liquid cooled CVT driven sports quad.
I believe it's the Mongoose model, but it's impossible to tell.
These things aren't well known around here because apparently it was imported from, what was it, Italy?
I have no idea if it was imported or if it's just rare around here.
Okay, well anyway, you got this for what again? What was the price?
It's hard to say because it was for $250 in a pile of other stuff that was also lumped together. So it was a steal.
Maximum of $250. It needed a starter clutch, right?
Supposedly the guy before me here. This is the old starter clutch that he tried to fix and apparently failed. It's supposed to look like that.
Yeah, there's a nice fresh new starter clutch.
All the way from Italy.
Yep. So, gonna get that installed and do everything else that it, needs, and see if it'll run for us today.
All right, well, now I'm gonna reinstall the flywheel and the starter clutch, which we just replaced. A little oil on it, just for the vitamins, as some people say. A little thread locker on there.
Or a lot of thread locker as it is.
I mean, that's not that much. These to the German spec.
So now we're using the ancient, well-known method of holding the engine still, of putting rope down the spark plug hole in the cylinder so that we can torque the flywheel nut.
Because I don't have a fancy flywheel wrench.
That'll be next. If you guys subscribe so that I can make a little more money on these videos, we can get a flywheel wrench for William.
Yeah, subscribe. Now I gotta make a new side cover gasket because they don't seem to exist on the internet. I've got some gasket material here, so it shouldn't be too hard. I'm gonna have to punch some holes in it for these locating pins and these screw holes, but I don't have a fancy hole punch, so
you can go. So what we're doing here, just got everything back together. Now we're draining the gas out of the tank through the carburetor's drain valve. Stuff's real old and it doesn't smell combustible anymore. Alright, so with everything put back together and some fluids added, we're ready to try to start it. Unfortunately, the battery's pretty low, so we're using the quickest thing, William's car, to give it a quick jump start. Also, the solenoid, the starter solenoid here, appears to be bad, so what we're going to do is jump the solenoid in order to engage the starter, just because that works. So we're going to see if we can get it to fire off today.
Can't do that with that on there. That's lovely.
Beautiful, isn't it?
That should do it. Well, if I were you, I would put the filter back on so it doesn't explode in your face. Details, details. That's a good sign.
Needs a little more help. Oh, I can actually.
I think the choke was actually helping it. Hooray! Hey! Before you do any of that, I'm just holding it so it keeps running. Let off. If we're gonna be riding it, we gotta make sure the chain's all greased up.
I actually put real good, decent oil on it instead of this penetrating oil after a little bit.
We just want to make sure it runs well enough to invest all that time into getting the chain perfect. Boy, that moves pretty good. Alright, so we filled up that low tire. Now we're going to fire it back up again and make sure that the engine is going to pull coolant in and everything. Or not. So we don't really know what's wrong. We're thinking the starter just died because even directly hooking the positive up to the starter terminal and grounding it out, current would flow, but the starter would not turn over. So we're thinking the starter might be dead. Okay guys, it's the next day. We're back at it. William popped the starter off. You want to show him what you found?
Yes, well, listen very carefully.
That's why the starter wasn't wanting to turn over.
Yeah.
So we're thinking we might open it and just see what was in there. Maybe it's all rusted up or something.
Probably going to need a new starter, that'd be my guess.
Starters aren't too horribly expensive, but that would mean waiting another week, so we'll see. Ouch! Ooh.
Oh,
What is it?
there used to be 4 magnets and now there are 12.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah. Smooshed them to tiny bits.
Yeah, that'll definitely do it.
Yeah. I don't think that's how it's supposed to look in there.
Yeah. Well, it looks like we are getting a new starter, huh?
Poo.
Definitely not the startiest start.
Brushers are still nice though.
So yeah, I think that probably brings to an end what we can do with that this week.
Tune in next week when we send them to the moon.
So we have acquired some new parts, including this air filter.
That I am oiling in a way that I am sure is not the official way that you're supposed to oil things. Because my spray bottle
Oh.
is a dribble bottle.
He also ordered a new solenoid and a new battery.
Extra cheap Chinese starter and relay kit from eBay. It's a lot less supple than the old stuff. Boy, manual.
So it's pre-filled and everything.
Evidently,
Nice.
a high-class $40 battery.
Well, that just means that we don't have to use any baking soda for cleaning up the floor afterwards.
Register your warranty.
How many of you peel the plastic off of your LCD display on your batteries? Oh, the shame of it, not using a crimp connector, instead
Look away!
just tightening it down.
I told you to look away. I distinctly remember telling you to look away. That's better.
I'll look over here. Sorry guys, you won't be able to really see this at all, where he's reattaching the starter, but you might be able to get a slight angle here that lets you a little bit more. See. See if I can make this work. Huh? You look in there and tell me if there's holes lined up. They look like they are, from where I'm looking. Well, that's going in the outtakes.
I have a hard time believing you got a good recording of that. Hey.
So, the gear shifter should be the last thing we have to connect before you can try starting it, right?
I think so. Here goes. So this little dangly wire here is the brake wire, and somebody clipped this onto it to bridge the wires, but apparently that wasn't working. So I twisted these wires together, and now... Oh wow,
Right.
it started. Now I have to decide if I want to just ride around forever with the brake light on, or if I want to figure something else out.
Well, you can twist it together, start it, take it apart for now, just give it a test ride.
Oh gosh.
If it works, it works.
This is not supposed to go inside of this thing, it's supposed to go over a carburetor, but we won't talk about that. Still plastic to put on.
Still what?
Lots of plastic to put on. A little bit of choke.
A little bit.
Or all of it.
Probably gonna smell a lot of burning mouse for a while.
That brake works really nice.
Headlight's still on.
Well, first impressions, it's geared way too low.
Is it? Really?
I mean high. I meant
Oh, hi, okay.
Either that or it's just really down on power. Can't tell.